Hey guys, Craig Atkins here, and welcome to another Weekend Outdoors. Today we're going to take a look at my brand new big game rifle. It's a Savage 110 Apex Predator, chambered in .308 Winchester. Now, I've been wanting a big game gun for quite a while now, and just a hunting gun, and I wanted a gun that would shoot out to 500 yards. And I used to work in a gun store for several years, and I'm very familiar with what is out there, but I looked around at different rifles, and when I came down to it, I decided that I wanted something in the Savage 110 barrel action. It's a great value, and this barrel action has been around for 60 years plus, as long as I have. And it is very ammo friendly. I know that for a fact and past experience, meaning that I could go to most gun stores or department stores and get some ammo off the shelf, buy 2-3 boxes of ammo, and one of them will probably shoot MOA at 100 yards. And so I knew that this was the barrel action that I wanted. So the 110 comes in a lot of different sizes, shapes, and colors. And I looked at all of them, looked at the pros and cons at all of them, and this one I thought was the best value. And the reason being is, one, it had a camo stock, which I wanted for a hunting rifle, so that was kind of important. Two, it came with a scope. I didn't have a lot of hopes for this scope, and I thought it was just a cheapie they threw on there. It's a Vortex Crossfire 2. And it did have a threaded barrel. It's a threaded bull barrel, and which I wanted because I bought a suppressor for it too. So it had about everything I wanted, and I was also okay if I needed to spend extra money and buy a different stock to get it to shoot 500 yards. I was okay with having to take this scope off and spend some extra money to buy a nicer scope to be able to shoot 500 yards. Because to me, I've always said, if you want to hit a target at 500 yards, you have to be able to see it. And some cheap scopes just won't do that. So when I got the gun, I was pretty impressed with it when I took it out of the box. One, the camo's really nice. The stock is pretty nice. It's still a cheap plastic stock, but all in all, it looked pretty good. The trigger on this gun does have the Accu trigger, but the trigger is the smoothest trigger on any gun I own. And I was really, really impressed with that. It is smooth as silk, and really helps in shooting accurately. The second thing I was most impressed with is this Vortex Crossfire 2 scope. This is a 4x12 scope, and when I looked at the target the first time through the scope, I go, wow, that thing is awful bright and awful sharp. The image is awful sharp and clear. I was just amazed. So I got one of my rifles out that has a Vortex Diamondback on it, and I compared the targets, and I'm thinking the Crossfire was sharper, brighter than my Diamondback, and I couldn't believe it. And so I said, well, I'm going to get out my precision rifle that has a Vortex Viper on it, and I compared the Crossfire to the Viper, and I kid you not, guys, the Crossfire was brighter, and it was, looking at the same target, it was more defined than my Vortex Viper. So I was, like, what? I can't believe I paid all that money for that Viper, and this $170 scope is brighter and sharper. Couldn't believe it, but very impressive. So I decided, you know what? If this gun will shoot out to 400 or 500 yards the way it is right out of the box, well, I don't think I'm going to change a thing. So what I wanted to do today is take a shot at 200, 300, and 400 yards. This range only goes to 400 yards, and see how accurate this gun actually is. So what I've done is zeroed the gun at 100 yards according to Vortex's recommendations. This scope has a BDC reticle, and there's a slash in there for 200, 300, 400 yards, and the top of the center post is 500 yards. So this is only a 400 yard range. So I have some steel at 200, some steel at 300, steel at 400. We'll see if we can even get close and see if, this Winchester Super X 150 grain soft point ammo will even get me in the ballpark. So I went down and I painted all the targets, all the steel targets white. So there's, clean paint on it. So I ought to be able to tell if I hit it or not, as soon as I take the shot. So let's get to shooting. Oh, that was a hit. Okay. .300 yards. Oh, that was a hit. Yeah, let's see if we can do that at 400. Oh, there's another hit. Woo! Look at that. We hit it 200, 300, and 400 yards. Heck yeah. Let's go take a look at that. All right, guys, here we are at the 200 yard steel. You can see that I just off of center about 1 inch to the left. I can live with that. Yeah, that's pretty good shooting. I'm impressed so far. Let's go down and take a look at the target at 300 yards. All right, guys, take a look at this. 300 yards, dead center. I was using a 300 yard hash mark in the scope, aim dead center, hit dead center. That's impressive. That is very, very impressive. I'm getting to like this gun a lot already. Let's go out to the 400 yard target and take a look at that. All right, look at that, guys, 400 yards. I'm dead center in the target, down about 4 inches from where I was aiming. That's pretty impressive. I talked about changing the stock, maybe changing the scope. After shooting out to 400 yards, I don't think I need to change anything about this gun. The scope's fine, the stock's awesome. I can't wait to get my suppressor and put it on here. This gun will do everything I want it to do. I was looking for a big game gun that will shoot out to 500 yards. There's no doubt in my mind that this gun won't do it. So I hope this information helped you guys. Take a look at the Savage Apex Predator package. This is an awesome rifle. Comes in several different calibers. Man, oh man, I'll tell you, I think the only thing I need to do now is spend some time with it, get to know it, get to love it, and I think I'm going to have an awesome big game rifle.